Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Hayley, back at it again with another video. So in this video I will show you how I edit my pictures for Instagram. A lot of you guys are interested in what kind of apps I use and if I could share some tips and tricks, so I thought I would show you step by step what I do and what kind of apps I use. So if you're interested, please keep on watching. Before I show you how I edit my pictures, I want to talk a little bit about today's sponsor, Ideal of Sweden. If you guys haven't heard of them yet, y'all are missing out because they have the cutest phone accessories out there. They have phone cases, they have AirPod cases, they have chargers, power banks, they have all of the accessories that you can think of. I want to show you some of their new items from the new collection that I think are so cute. The first item that I want to show you is this phone case right here. I already put it on my phone. It's so cute. This is actually a phone case for an iPhone 11, but it actually fits with iPhone XS or iPhone X. I have an iPhone XS and you can see it fits perfectly. This is from their new Atelier collection and it comes with 8 different designs. So there's definitely a style for everyone. Another thing that I got is this magnetic card holder. I already have my card in there. So what I like to do is take my phone and just put it on here. And it's really hard to get off, guys, so you don't have to worry to lose this. This is just so convenient, guys. The next item that I got is this phone purse right here, and it's in the same style as the phone case and the card holder, as you can see. And this is called Pearl Python, in case you guys are wondering. And if you open this, it's actually a phone case right here, and then you can put all of your cards, like your ID, your credit cards, or driver's license here. It's really convenient. It also comes with a little chain, so you can put your hand in here and have it kind of secured, or you can just hold it like this. So I just put my phone in here and ta-da! If you open it, it's right here, and if you close it, you can still take pictures because there's a little hole for the camera here. The quality feels and looks so good, and I really like the leather style and the gold accents. So if you're also into this kind of style, this item is perfect for you. The last item is another must-have in my opinion. It's this belt bag. This is completely new. This comes in 2 different designs, the Pearl Python style, like the clutch, or Croco Black, which is this. And if you combine this with a cute blazer or an oversized shirt, it can transform your kind of basic outfit into like a high fashion kind of style. And the great thing about Ideal of Sweden right now is that they have a summer sale. That means you can pick 2 of your favorite items and only pay for 1. So you don't have to decide between 2 of your favorite items. You can just pick both of them and only pay for 1. So it's a really good deal, guys. And additional to that, you can use my code HayleyBui10 and you get an additional 10% off on everything on the website. But the code is only valid until the end of July, so you better hurry up and get your favorite items. I will leave the link down below in the description box, so make sure to check them out after this video. And now let's get started with the little tutorial. For editing, I usually only use 2 apps, sometimes 3, but mainly only 2, Facetune and Lightroom. So I always open Facetune first, and then I choose the picture that I want to edit. Let's start with this picture here. So a lot of you guys seem to like this picture, so I will use this as an example. So what I'm gonna do first is go to reshape and then go to refine, and I zoom into my face. And what I usually do first is see which part of my face is asymmetric, because I kind of want to have everything even and symmetrical. So right here my lip is naturally uneven a little bit, so right here I'm just gonna pull it inside just a little bit, and then you can always click here to kind of see what kind of difference it made. I just do it a little bit, maybe a little bit more, the side a little bit outward so it matches. So that's everything on the lip. On pictures, my forehead tend to look really big. This picture is not that bad, but I just still do it because it's like an insecurity of mine a little bit. So I'm just gonna reshape my forehead a little bit downwards like this. Nothing crazy. Maybe on this side a little bit like that. I always keep rechecking the original to see what I did. So I'm going to save it, and then next I'm going to the tool smooth, and I'm zooming in and just kind of smoothing out my skin. I have like a little blackhead here, so I'm just going to smooth it out and kind of make my skin look a little bit more even. I do it a little bit under my eyes too, because I have a little bit of an eye bag situation, so I usually do that, and then just overall a little bit on the forehead. But just make sure you don't go overboard with this smoothing tool, because you don't want to look artificial. So just like that, a little bit on the lips. If your lips looks a little crusty, I'm just gonna save that. And then what I do is I have a little pimple right here, so I'm gonna use the patch tool, and then I patch the pimple and then choose an area that looks normal, so you can see the pimple disappeared, and you can just save that. And what I'm gonna do is actually smoothen out my neck a little bit, because I have a little bit of uneven skin here. And then as you can see here, because I'm like scrunching my arm a little bit, it looks a little bit weird and uneven compared to the other one. So I'm going back to the refine tool and kind of push it a little bit inward so it matches with the other arm, like this. Make sure the table doesn't look weird. And then I save that. Okay, so now for the eyes, I go in with the detail tool first and kind of detail my eyes to make them pop a little bit more, like this. And then I also use a little bit on my nose highlight, and then a little bit on the eyebrows, like this. And then next I'm gonna use the whitening tool, and then I go into the white part of the eye and just brighten it a little bit so it just looks more fresh and young. So I'm gonna do that now, like this. Perfect. Sometimes I like to play around with colored eyes, so for this picture I'm not wearing any contacts, so what I like to do is play around with colors to see if the picture would pop more. And right here I'm wearing a blue dress, so I was thinking maybe blue eyes would look great. So what I do is I go to tones and I go to the picker, and I pick this blue color right here from the dress. Kind of want to match my eyes to the dress, if that makes sense, but you don't have to do this. You can just skip this part, but I kind of want to show you how I would edit my eye color if I would. So I zoom in really far into the eye, and then what I do is I just color it like this, and then I zoom out to see if it looks good, if it looks too artificial. And then if it's a little bit too artificial, you can go to the eraser tool and just erase a little bit, like this. That looks great. And then you go to the other eye and then just color it in like the first one, like that. And then use the erase tool a little bit to kind of make it realistic. I really like how this looks. So like you can see, eye colors could change the whole picture. I really like how this turned out. Not much, but it makes a really big difference. I'm gonna save this to my camera roll. And then the next app that I'm gonna use to edit is Lightroom. And I'm gonna open it and drag the picture in right here. And then with Lightroom, what I always do is I play around with the tools, because I always use different tools for different pictures. So the first thing I always do is play around with the lights. I'm gonna change the contrast a little bit to see how it looks like, and I like it to be a little bit more contrast. You can also see the original versus the edited one. And then for exposure, I also like to play around. You can make it really light or really dark. It's kind of like, what do you prefer? And I prefer it actually to be how it was, so I put it back to 0. And then you can see how it will look like with more shadow or less shadow, but I really like the original picture. So what I do next is color. So now for colors, the walls look really greenish and yellow, and I don't like that, so I go to yellow, and then I put the gray down and the saturation down, so it looks a little bit more gray. And then you can also play around with luminance and then see how it looks like, but actually it's fine. I put it back to 0, like that. Check the original, really like that. And then I go to green. I want my plant to pop a little bit more, so you can play around with the green. Put it like this and see what it looks like. And then next I go to red, and then with red you can kind of change how your lipstick looks and your blush. So let's play around with that. So here it looks more pinkish, and then it becomes more orangey, so I'm just gonna leave it how it was and then kind of check if it would look better with another color. But I actually really like how this looks. I'm just gonna put the luminance a little bit down, and then that's perfect. And then you can also play around with saturation. That's what I always do. You can change that here. You can put it like really pale or just a little bit more tan. I could put a little bit more tan on me, like this. I think this looks great. This is how the end result looks like. So colors make a really big difference in the picture. You can make the colors pop so much more if you play around with Lightroom. And then I'm gonna save this to my camera roll, maximum available. And then sometimes I use VS Code Cam, but not really, because if the colors turns out really good, I don't want to destroy them with a filter. But sometimes even Lightroom can't pick up the colors because the lighting was really bad, and in that case I like to throw on like a cute filter. That's all I do for my pictures. It's super fast, super easy. I usually spend like 2 minutes on editing a picture if it's good lighting already, and if not, maybe maximum of 5 minutes. So yeah, that's all that I have for today's video. Let me know in the comments if you use the same apps as I do, and leave me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so already. And I catch you guys in my next video. Bye!